Finally, the whack has come back to YouTube. Hey folks, welcome back. I know I've been gone for a little while, but I'm back and hopefully stronger than before. Or not, let's see. And what better way to come back than to talk about the most difficult question for little Timmy here. Which is better for me to buy, the Quest 2 or the PS5? Well, little Timmy, have no fear, Whackman is here. Today we will compare both gaming devices and see which is the best for you. Now this is comparing apples to oranges, so it's not going to be a specs comparison, but more of a positives and negatives of each device. So, if you enjoy the video and find it helpful, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Not only that, let's start up the giveaways again. So, considering we are almost at 40,000 subscribers, let's do a giveaway for any game on the Quest platform. In case you already have the Quest and are just watching to see if your choice comes out on top, which you know most of us do. Now to enter this amazing giveaway, it's simple. Just like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications and comment hashtag Whackman40k down below. Well, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so we are going to go through the following factors. But to make it a little bit more spicy, I'm going to give them a rating on which device wins on those factors. And we can add it up at the end. So, price to value comparison is up first. Now before I start, I actually already made this video before realizing they were increasing the price of the Quest. So I've had to redo this part. Alright, these are the versions of the products that I would get today. I'm using the RRP rather than the scalper price, which is obviously an issue for the PS5. However, you can get one at recommended retail price if you're patient and savvy enough. The Quest 2 now after the price hike costs $399 for the 128GB version and $499 for the 256GB version. Personally, I would probably go with the 128GB version as that's more than enough storage if I were to buy it now. However, I actually went with the 256GB version since the 128 one didn't exist at the time. For the PS5, you have either the digital version which costs $399 or the disc version which costs $499. Personally, I have gone and probably would go again for the disc version. Mainly because the PS5 has been out for a while, so you'll be able to find the older games a lot cheaper on disc. So you could save money in the long run, as the digital versions don't really go down in price other than in sales. So both are now exactly the same price depending on which versions you get. I just realized how much money I've spent on this stuff. Anyway, you can change the price to your circumstances. So $100 difference if you go with my recommendations, or if you go for the cheapest option, literally no price difference at all. In both scenarios, you would get the console itself and the controllers. The additional thing you'll need for a PS5 is a TV or monitor. So that is already an additional thing that's required. But chances are you at least have one TV in the house or monitor. Now let's talk about the price increase of the Quest 2. I think it's a terrible move. It's always better to start high then go low, instead of starting low and then going high, because the people would think, hold on, others people got the same thing much cheaper. And considering it's the same price now as even the PS5, even I would be really hesitant at buying the Quest 2 over it. So in the comparison of just the device itself, although the price is a tie, my gut feeling is that the PS5 kind of now wins, as it doesn't leave that bad taste in your mouth if you buy it. But some people might not care about that. So I'm going to have to give this a tie. Now moving on to the games. First, let's start with the price of the games. The PS5 games are normally at a premium. So for a AAA game, the cost is RRP $70 a game. It can go down a bit, but the average is about $60 to $70. Now moving on to the Quest, we don't really get AAA games. However, the most expensive games you'll get will be around $30 to $40. But you can get really good games that are around $20 or under. Some really great ones are even free. Now, the other factor to consider, which also relates to the price, is the PS5 has a monthly subscription of either $10 a month or $60 a year if you want to play online. Now, you do get a few free games every month. Some can be great, but they're usually meh. However, the PS5 has launched a new PS Plus Extra and Premium, which does give you more free games, but it is more expensive, and currently in my opinion it's not really worth it. So let's move on to the quality of the games. The PS5 wins in quality of games hands down. The massive AAA games list you can play is amazing, although you do need to fork out for them. The Quest 2 however doesn't have those AAA games, although every game it does have offers something unique and with a different experience, which you can't really get out of the PS5. For example, playing COD and Battlefield on the PS5 will feel a little different, but will still be more or less the same. However, on the Quest, you got Pavlov and Onward, where it feels like two completely different games. Even though they are similar shooting games, it feels different. Now, whether this is a good thing or a bad thing, you can decide. It is a thing. Now there's one more aspect which I haven't talked about because it would make it unfair, and that is if you have a powerful gaming PC, that does open the Quest to a whole new world. And I really mean that, because then you have access to actually AAA games that have been either ported to VR or modded to play in VR. Some examples are every iteration of Resident Evil, and that's every new version that has come out, which I would love to play if I didn't want to cry even thinking about how scared I would be. You got GTA 5, you got Skyrim VR, Borderlands VR, Half-Life Alyx, which is actually made for VR. But if you have a gaming PC, why are you even getting a PS5? Unless you really want to play the exclusives straight away, as they all seem to be coming to the PC anyway. So it is a point to mention, but if you do have a gaming PC, the Quest is unbelievable. So for the quality of games, I'm still going to have to give it to the PS5 if we are taking the PC out of it, because it does have everything you could want, from sports games to shooting games to RPGs and all AAA quality. So that moves us on to sociability and accessibility. So what I mean with these things is how easy is it to pick up and play, and how disruptive or socially awkward you become while playing it, and what is the online play like. So the first one, how easy is it to pick up and play? Well, for the PS5 it's extremely easy. You just sit down, pick up the controller, turn on the TV or monitor and just start playing. The only disruptive factor is that you do take over the TV if you're playing in the main room. My family kicked me out of the living room when I was playing the PS5. However, you still aren't socially awkward because you can still have a conversation with people and still look at them or see what they're doing. The Quest, on the other hand, is for me kind of annoying to pick up and play. You need to make space so you don't end up hurting yourself or others, because you forget where you are when you're in VR.
Knocked him out!
Plus, it's kind of annoying to lose all sense of who is around you, and it gets very tiring to play, especially after a long day of work. Now, there are games you can sit and relax whilst playing, but you still get fatigued because there's a heavy device on your face. Also, the fact that you have a head crab on your face, you are extremely socially awkward. You will have difficulty engaging with people sitting in the same room and will probably annoy your other half. However, you could try and get them to engage with you by streaming the gameplay on the screen, but that's more of a one-off than a long-term solution. Now, in terms of online play, well, you know how terrible other humans are, so both have issues. However, there are some good people in this world, and VR is the best at helping you find them. You aren't just shouting in the headset, you can actually see their movements. And if you forked out for a haptic suit, then you can even feel them. It can get really weird, especially in things like VR chat. However, the experiences you can get in VR, there is nothing like that the PS5 or any other console can give you. So that moves us on to the wow factor. This will be pretty short. The PS5 has really nice graphics, but there is no comparison to a wow you will get when showing off VR. The Quest 2 wins this hands down. The experience of standing on top of a skyscraper, the genuine fear of death from playing a horror game. The cool action moves whilst making those awesome headshots where you need to aim yourself, or even dancing to the beat of the music in Beat Saber. It's incredible. It will make you feel like you're experiencing gaming for the first time again. The PS5, although nice, is the same as all the other consoles you've played, just with better graphics. Next is Physicality. Well, with the PS5 you don't even have to move. Some games might have gyro support, but you don't even have to use it. For the Quest, even with the most minimal games there will be some movement. Now, like I mentioned, it can be good or bad. If you actually want to get up off your fat ass, then you can do amazing workouts with the Quest. The PS5 will probably just make you worse, but that's exactly what you might want. Just sit and relax and play a bit of FIFA, COD or whatever you play. So considering they're both on extreme ends, I'm going to give this a tie, and it will depend on what you want. Now let's move on to the casual players versus serious gamers. Again, we have kind of covered this, but VR is a difficult one for serious gamers. Although it's still possible, and there are leagues for games like Onwards, but it's not really for hardcore gamers right now. Although I don't believe the PS5 is either. Last I checked, the hardcore gamers were on the PC Master Race. So this has to be a tie as well, because you can be as hardcore as you want or as casual as you want. If I'm to compare games like COD or Pavlov, some people can turn on beast mode and headshot everyone. Although it is a lot cooler in VR, and you do feel like John Wick. But I'm giving this a tie as well. Now the real question, future-proofness, aka longevity. If you were to buy these devices today, This you would think is a clear answer, and that the PS5 has easily more longevity, based on the previous iterations of the console. The PS5 hasn't even got off the ground yet, considering it's hard to buy. However, the Quest 2 will most likely be replaced very soon, potentially by next year. Not only that, we have the PSVR 2 that will be coming out on the PS5. That will most likely be the same price as the Quest 2, or maybe a little bit more. I'll do a comparison when that comes out. Now let's say the Quest 2 is replaced this year or next year. What does that mean? I don't think it actually means that much, because VR technology is relatively new, it will be getting upgrades much faster. However, even if a new version comes out, the Quest 2 isn't going to become completely obsolete, as you will still be able to use it and play most of the games, if not all. Considering how many people actually have bought the Quest 2, it will be a long while before the developers stop making games for it. If anything, there would be more games coming out. Plus remember, the Quest 2 is also a PC VR headset and wireless at that, so it's almost impossible for it to become completely obsolete. The only thing it might not be able to do is get much better than it currently is, but it is pretty good right now. Now one thing I didn't even mention yet, that is you can watch movies or TV shows in your Quest 2 like you're sitting in the cinema. It's incredible and the quality is fantastic. This alone kind of makes it difficult for the Quest 2 to become obsolete, as there are ways to stream movies from your PC, phone, or even store it within the headset itself. So even though initially it looks like the PS5 is going to get this one, I have to give it to the Quest 2 because of what it offers and what it will offer going forward. So let's tally up all the scores and then tell you what I think you should do, since the scores don't actually mean anything. For price to value comparison, it's a tie, or the PS5 wins depending on how you feel. The games went to the PS5, Sociability and Accessibility went to PS5, Wow Factor easily went to the Quest 2, Physicality we gave it a draw because it's up to you, Casual players versus serious gamers, it was a draw as well, and for the longevity, the Quest 2. So technically it's a tie, or the PS5 could even push it for a win, but listen to what my choice is and why. So what I would recommend you get if you have at least $499, which is the price for the digital version of the PS5 and $100 for a game or two, or the 128GB version of the Quest 2 with $100 left over for the games. And you can get quite a few Quest 2 games for that amount. Here it does depend on your age and circumstances. If you are a young person who has the energy to jump around and loves to be social, make friends and speak to other people, then definitely get the Quest 2. To be honest, if you're low on money, the Quest 2 is also the best option, because there are a lot of free social games that are a blast to play. For example, Gorilla Tag, VR Chat, Rec Room, and many more. I've got a whole list of videos. To be honest, if you are low on funds, I wouldn't even recommend the PS5 at all. I would probably get the PS4 and get a lot of games with it if you really want to. The difference in quality is not that much. If you are rich enough to buy both, but just want one because you only have time to play one, at this point I'm guessing you're more of an older person. The PS5 might be better suited for you since money is no object, and you can get the PSVR 2, which should be amazing based on the news coming out. Now all that being said, if you are looking to buy the Quest 2, I would at least wait until November if you can, because there is potentially another VR headset coming out by Facebook, which will either give you an upgrade or potentially lower the price of the Quest 2. But if you can't wait, don't get too upset if something newer does come out. That's the name of the game. Well, that's all folks. I hope you found the video helpful or at least enjoyable to watch. If you did, why not give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel? I am looking to make a different style of videos going forward and make it fun for us both. Let's see how the future unfolds. Well, thanks for watching. Have a great day, stay safe, and see you next time.